child, when I was a boy, everybody knew what a downwinder was. We were the anti-nuclear capital of the world. I was an autistic kid. My father was a drafted United States Marine, an incredible man. I come from an incredible family. My uncle stood on Omaha Beach on D-Day. I grew up on a huge ranch out by the lake. He was a beautiful, incredible person. He was at Pendleton, combat ready, and they were human guinea pig. They were marched into the trenches in Nevada. They're called atomic veterans. He nearly died at the blast. Between 1951 and 1968, we had 300 open-air tests. Well, as different scientists started to write about this, Wallace Stegner was at the University of Utah at the time. I got to know him. Edward Abbey was hanging around there. I got to know him. I got to know all these environmentalists, and I was an environmentalist, and it was a passionate, intense subject matter there.
All nuclear fighters, all hands on deck, all hands on deck, all hands on deck. All nuclear fighters, all hands on deck, all hands on deck, all hands on deck. They'll be calling you a radical. Bloomgate, 311, whatever you want to call it. I call it Pacific genocide, whatever. It's fucking giant conspiratorial across all demographics. All nuclear fighters, all hands on deck, all hands on deck, all hands on deck. They'll be calling you a radical. All nuclear fighters, all hands on deck, all hands on deck, all hands on deck. Bloomgate, 311, whatever you want to call it. I call it Pacific genocide, whatever. It's fucking giant conspiratorial across all demographics. They'll be calling you a radical. May God have mercy on all of your souls.
Nuclear power was evolving. We were promised, oh, this can't happen.
Well, good morning, all you turkey-eating wolves. Like a pack of wolves. Yeah. Let's be the Chernobyl wolves. Thanksgiving, huh? Wow. Boy, have they freaking ruined everything and anything that means anything to anyone. You know, I said yesterday in my video, I don't celebrate Thanksgiving. Well, I said I don't believe in I celebrate Thanksgiving all the time. You know, with my children and my grandchildren, and, you know, I like to eat turkey because I'm a wolf. You know, my body can't handle certain things, but I'm cooking a turkey. You know, and anybody wants to come to my house for Thanksgiving, any day of the year is welcome. We celebrate it all the time, you know, because I love my grandchildren. I love my kids. You know, I go back to Audie Murphy all the time. Try to pin all those medals on him. No, when they really pinned real medals for valor, not the fake, you know, and I love Jessica Lynch. I mean, that's somebody I don't talk enough about. What a humble, beautiful female that girl is. You know, they tried to grandstand her and whatever, and she did it very quietly and broken-hearted. By the way, she's an elementary school teacher. What a beautiful person. She had to sue to give those battles back. The lies. Pat Tillman was going to expose all this. And on Thanksgiving, I think it's very important. This is very important. And all you vloggers and bloggers, start putting pictures together. You have them. The Macy's Day Parade. Now, let's get real. That's a big event, you know, to consume, buy, shop, till you drop, shop, never stop. That's all been propagated in the last 30 years into earnest, you know, Chinese slaves making your goods. But start getting the photos up of the biggest parade in New York City history. The most important parade since Hamilton's funeral. When Hamilton died, every single person in that city attended that funeral. You know, and, of course, the incredible march down Fifth Avenue of the Shirtwaist Fire. That important parade. You know, now we have the parade, May Day. And they says, how come we're not doing May Day like, you know, Russia did and prayed up their armament, spent all their money up there. Look at us. We're going to desecrate our own country, kill our own people after they've come off a famine, after they've come off 28 million men they lost in World War II, and women. And now we're going to spend every single penny on the military and pray. Oh, they do. You been to an air show lately? Wow. So 450,000 people. 450,000 people. The greatest parade in probably in American history. It's called the Climate March. I got kicked out, not by the police. The police were so great with me in New York City. By the way, the young man and everybody that stood there with me knowing I ran and raved and went crazy all day. Our elephants on the sticks were so incredibly effective. Our cave in Pennsylvania made what pieces of art. By the way, the same girl who swiped 2 of my skins, who I know she really knows great art, she swiped one of the elephants. Oh, yeah. That's all right. I know who that girl is. But what pieces of art, what great pieces of art were in that parade. That parade was the greatest parade in American history, bar none. It was magnificent. It was fucking grand. Do you see it on TV? Do you see any media coverage? Now you think about this. Really, honestly think about 450,000 people in New York City. The head of this freaking parade right there at Columbus Circle. Yay, the new Columbus, Fukushima. Let's have a holiday and celebrate the mass murder. Now, remember this, and this is important. And I'm going to write some books about San Diego history, about the Western history, about the Mormon history, and the Utah history. I'm a walking, talking textbook historian. And everybody around here knows it. By the way, we got a new bishop in our ward. Come over last night. We talked for a long time. And one of my old friends when I was young, he even had an afro big. I mean, did a lot of dope when he was young, this dude. Now he's it's the first time. This is a good man, I've known him my whole life, but even I, and he listens to me go off on my rants. I says, what are you guys, just a club? You just sit up there, a bunch of self-righteous, pompous fucks, and just, sit on your club all righteous. You don't have to act it. You just talk it, and you're all going to bullshit. You're all going to fucking hell. Either you fucking lead and live your rhetoric, or you're going fucking down, motherfuckers, because this is an individual choice. I mean, shop till you drop. Shop, never stop. Oh, there's a nuclear accident, go shopping. There's mass murder, go shopping. You got cancer, go shop. Get this in Utah. And by the way, the very first Yellow on Black Friday, you can laugh all you want at our Yellow on Black Friday. You know how powerful that was last year? Exactly a year ago right now. By the way, the first one's already up. Kylie Fitzwater down there in Australia. My God, what a magnificent activist that woman is. And her family, yeah, she's got Native blood. Real Native. Oh, yeah, it's funny at the parade. They says, well, if you're Native American, you go to the front. And I said, let's see, Native, I was born in Utah. I guess, oh, yeah, I'm not Native. What? I don't know, I guess Utah. What? I think I was born here. I think I'm a Native. Well, natives to the earth. Somebody says, I'm in an open relationship. I said, I've been in an open relationship my whole life. I've never officially really been married. I mean, I was the same woman for a long, long, long time. Children, my daughters. But I don't know. I'm just one of those people. I don't believe in it. How can the state turn something like love and a personal bond between two individuals into a controlled legal document among the state? I don't believe in that bullshit. I never did. Like diamonds, I don't believe in that bullshit. Worshipping the golden calf, get some gold. I don't believe in any of that shit. I don't believe in it. I believe in, us being creatures, beings, us turkeys, all us turkeys, us pack of wolves, us individuals, us group. Yeah, we have a family. 7.2 billion of us. We're all family. And by the way, I'll say this in Ferguson. This murdering punk and just, the fascist fucks that they are. He did that to one of my family. The courts failed us. Vigilantism, I would, it'd have been handled. I would have done it myself. I would gladly lay down my life to defend my family. And let me tell you, my family is the entire earth. My brothers and sisters in the Middle East. I went off on a rant last night on our so-called back. Says, really? You're going to spray white phosphorus on the Garden of Eden? Don't you guys believe in? Are you Christian? Yeah, we're Christian. Okay, then let's talk about this. Huh? Mass murder people. Nobody in Iraq ever did anything. Forgive them, for they know not what they do. Those are people killing him. I don't care if you believe he's the son of God or not. I like how they've done this to atheists. By the way, at the parade, the atheist group was really great the day before. You know, we had a really great conversation with them. They had a booth set up at the top, you know, and I got into it. How can they pigeonhole you guys as so-called atheists? Remember, the forefathers of this country were dyers. They did not believe in organized religion. And make no mistake about this. This is fact, Jack. Thomas Jefferson, he got rid of Thanksgiving. Yeah, George Washington had it, which is such a strange holiday that it's evolved to, like Easter. Yeah, the kids are going to get presents on Easter. Jesus. How do we set the date of Easter? Do you think it's a pagan holiday? Let's see. The first full moon after the first Sunday after the first full moon after the equinox. Sounds pretty pagan to me. You know, it's like this wacko lunatic I know who, you know, her mom died. I mean, just totally insane on Christmas Day. Oh, she got to see Jesus on his birthday. Jesus wasn't born on Christmas. And she thinks she's this really scholar. Jesus was not born on December 25th. I believe he was born April 6th. Is that correct? You know, and I might be wrong, but I think it was right around then. So we can get into these philosophies, these holidays, Thanksgiving. You know, it's a good thing to put family around. I agree with all of that. But to do it once a year? Really? You know, I'm a very communal person, if you haven't noticed. And I have a lot to give thanks for every day. I give thanks for Eric Jordan, the world-class graphic designer, who just came to me out of the blue and says, here's, you know, $100,000 worth of websites and design for free because I believe in you. And I love my children. I believe in Lonnie Clark, who came to me out of the blue. And Oren, Kevin, I believe you. I'm going to pay for your travel and your trips, and we're taking this on the road. I believe in Thomas Ackerman. He says, I will donate hundreds of thousands of dollars worth of art because I believe in you. I believe in Jules Eastman, who picked me up at Diablo Canyon on Valentine's Day. He gave me money, helped me out, drove me anywhere. I believe in Heather. How great. Wow. What an amazing story that young woman is in San Francisco. She grew up in a meth house. Her father, a Mormon in California, hardcore meth dealer selling to the cartel, taken out of the house, exposed to meth in the house. She's been an activist in regard to the contamination inside these meth dwellings, which they'll backdoor those. She's a brilliant activist. What a story. She picked me up last year on Thanksgiving Day. I'll tell you how intense it was and how nervous both of us were. We're at Livermore on Thanksgiving Day. Think about that. That place is so fucking creepy. And anybody who's ever been out there, Steinbeck would have a heyday. It's the creepiest place in the world. It's gigantic, and there's nothing out there but Livermore and the hotels. There's no bars. There's no restaurants. There's nothing. A winery sits right up the road, and I say, let's go get us some Chernobyl PU 239, 1986. Maybe a little Fukushima 31111. Ooh, what a vintage year that was. We were out there. It was intense. It was nervous. And I know the law, but I know these cops and these security, when it comes to the cartel, you know, they don't give a fuck about the law. I'll tell you how nervous and intense it was. I was doing our videos, doing what out there. On Thanksgiving Day, later in the afternoon, Kevin and I were at this really great restaurant not far from here. You know, let's go over there for dinner. Both of us were so intense and so far. We even, spaced right out that it was Thanksgiving. So we go there. She said, oh, my God, it's Thanksgiving evening. I said, yeah. Wow, so, you know, the only thing open was 7-Eleven. Well, yeah, but she worked at an organic food supplier, and she had some nuts and whatever. And wow, the 3 days I spent out there, the protesters that showed up, a couple protesters did some real great, but they're too nervous to put up their videos, and I understand. But I know the law. You can walk right up towards the fence. The Surveillance Act, I believe it's 1992-94, is very clear, very clear, very clear. They have to post it, by the way. It says, you can video all you want as long as you're outside the video. You can't actually touch the fence, but you can be 1 inch away from the fence videoing. Now, once you go inside, if they'll let you inside, which is bizarre to me because this is all taxpayer money, yet you have to have permission to go inside, which is outrageous. Whose streets are streets? Whose nuclear reactors are nuclear reactors? Whose nuclear waste are, whose bullets they kill us are bullets. you know, that they passed the law legitimately through Congress. Well, I shouldn't say legitimately. It takes 2/3 House and Senate majority to pass an amendment of the United States Constitution, which the Patriot Act is an amendment of the United States. Well, it's the greatest amendment. It just backdoors the entire Constitution. It's an illegal act. And that will come out to play when all these stupid fucking baby boomers are dead. So, we travel. When I'm out there, a professor from San Francisco U, literature professor, lives in Berkeley, shows up. She says, Kevin, I'm a literature professor. Oh, right there on Mark Twain Boulevard, huh? Oh, yeah. She says, you get it. She says, I try to get my students to understand that literature, what it's lacking, has lacked for a long time, is intimacy and passion. They got to let you in. You have to let them in. You get it. I make my students watch your videos. Then another professor shows up from Berkeley. It's him himself. In the early days when I was getting 200 views on videos before Fukushima happened, my finance videos, he says, my God, what a finance. He says, yeah, I taught at the #1 finance school in this country. Lived it. Ate it. Just like my activism. I physically represent my rhetoric, who I am, what I am. He shows up. He says, you know, nervous? People are nervous, of course, because of what has happened in the past. We know what happened to Karen Silkwood. We know. We all know. They get away with it. At least her dad sued. You know, and her fucking ex-husband, what a punk. I'd like to knock that fucking bout. For years I wanted to knock that guy. She was pretty sexy. I think she was pretty sure Carter Indian. I would have, that's who fucked her up, was that rat feek fucker and that ugly bucktooth bitch that fucking ended up married. And, you know, Karen Silkwood's children are amazing, wonderful children. You know, that creepy fuck. And I want people to understand, know this. We have tracked exactly down all these rats and trolls and this group that was orchestrated out of Calgary, Canada. It's called Edelman. We know for a fact they tried to work me. They tried to work Dana. They tried to work, they're paid. Oh, boy. And let me tell you, boy, did they fuck up. I left these rats and trolls without blocking just enough to feed me all the goods. My beautiful friends at Anonymous, oh, have they dug it out in detail. Oh, are they going down? Oh, are they committed incredible crimes? They think they got me? It's like when you go to Walmart and you look up the surveillance cameras and everywhere, and it's the NSA, and everybody, they think that they're watching us. I got news, fucks. We're watching you. We know what you did. We know how you did it. We know who did it in detail and name. And when I put up that peace sign in my hand, it's not a peace sign. Never been a peace sign. That's V for vendetta. We got a fucking score to even, and we're going to even the fucking score. You want to play nasty? We'll play. Warriors, come out and play, they told us. Warriors, come out and play. And they killed a few of us. But as Pat Tillman is martyred, as Aaron Swartz is martyred, as they try to martyr an 85-year-old nun, Megan Rice, it's all right, because they've created purity as the angels watch over me. Let's give it a second chance for a reason. I fear no evil. I fear no evil. And I give thanks to I give thanks to Laura Steele, who, that great, incredible activist in Southern California, Sam in Connecticut, Tom in New York City. I can go on and on and on. I won't stop there. So many of these great activists. I show up, plowshares in the middle of the night, save me from getting killed. You know, the old said prayer on my head in Knoxville, Tennessee. You know, somebody always shows. Off land, whatever, I don't know. My phone number's laying out there, and I just, for the angels watch out over me. And I'm like, God, I'm on my own in the middle of nowhere. I'm lost. You know, fucking don't have any money on me. What the fuck am I going to do? Somebody always, their phone rings. And it's always one person, always one angel from freaking every place that I've been. Kev, where you at? I'm coming to get you. Now watch it. People I've never met before. Here, I got some juice for you. Got some organics. You know, I got this for you. I got that for you. Where do you need to go? What do you need to do? Here's some money. You know, here's this, here's that. Okay, I've gone here my whole life. This is the demographic. This is where we're going to go. I mean, incredible. I mean, I spent so much time inside the belly of beast at Oak Ridge, Tennessee. Oh, I have a tale to tell. A man can tell 1,000 lies. I've learned my lesson well. But the light shines bright in me. You will never take that from me. You will never take that from me. And that's what we have to understand. The Million Mass March group, I want people to understand, is that anonymous per se? No. Is they support anonymous? Yes. Is anonymous part? Because we are a family. Post-ignorance? I'm surely not anonymous. But I am so grateful for anonymous and so many people, because anonymous is a spirit. It is a feeling. It is a fight. It is a truth that, not talk about it, that goes to work. But the Million Mass March is different. It is a group of human rights activists. John Anthony first, Jessica King, these people that put this together who have, I've watched these people evolve, Steve Grant, in a year and a half, into these incredible, beautiful activists that they are. They get it. When we're in the streets in D.C., a spirit watched over me. When I'm in the streets of Flood Wall Street, Tim DeChristopher, incredible young man, right next to me. We hear the voices of our great-granddaughters. That line makes me cry every time I hear it. I mean, that is so powerful. I don't know who came up with it, but it's perfect. It's brilliant. It's grand. Because life is a test. We must defend. As we record in history, we go to these fucking evil monsters. So many people. Angie Spencer's work last year at, Watts Bar in Tennessee, by the way, we're out ahead of the curve before these things happen. Kylie Fitzwater down under. Thomas Ackerman up there in Canada. Jeremy down there in Texas. The young men and women in Arizona. Dave Parrish out there in Arizona. Jules in California. By the way, nobody showed up at Diablo Canyon, so I had to make another trip. Oh, I showed up at Diablo Canyon inside. Nobody in California showed up at San Onofre at the Blanch, so I've been on San Onofre inside the belly of that beast 5 times at the plant since I got leukemia. At the plant. Wow. So I'm the one that exposed the fake union workers at the plant. I'm the one that exposed, hello, look, they use solar panels and they don't believe in their own shit. I'm the one that exposed so much of the fraud from inside being leaked to me while I'm in a bone marrow fighting for my life. We're recording in history, as I've started to call us the giant few. For we are the giant few. The giant few. And there's more of us than you think. And by the way, that's all it takes. When I was in the streets with the Million Mass March, which that is a concept, that is an idea. Post-ignorance, my gig, clear back to 2010. That is, we have leaders. Those people were leaders in that street. Fearless. Somebody commented to me, I doubt every one of them even know. I says, I can guarantee you every single one of them know Fukushima. The few hundred of them there, I know them all by first name. Everybody says, it's just social media going back and forth. Really? Really? YouTube, the most social media, especially YouTube is the most powerful genre in the history of mankind. Misused, misunderstood, grotesquely. But that doesn't matter, because it gives you the availability and the chance to record in history, to throw down the gauntlet, to draw a line in the sand, say, look, I was here then. And history can record and look. Not everybody participated in the poisoning, the annihilation of the planet for time and all eternity. There were a few. And we hear the voices of our great-granddaughters, and they will look back and say, hey, as this becomes the most hated culture in the history of humanity, the baby boomers of America across the world, what? This was going on, and they went along with it? This is Mussolini in Italy in the 30s. Hitler, the populists, went along with those guys. This is that on Balco. Jobs, shop, till I drop. Shop, never stop. As I'm willing to lay down, get this. Now, by the way, the Huntsman Cancer Treatment Center in Utah are frauds, giant frauds. The Huntsman family, grotesque oligarchy frauds, a thief. He invented the styrofoam container. He claims he stole it. He's a thief. John Huntsman, one of the richest men in the world here, he's a fucking thief. One of the greatest thieves in American history. One of the greatest environmental poisoners in the history of humanity. Just like Barack Obama, just like Mike Lee, all these fuckers, their parents die very young, very, very young of cancer. Yet they refuse to defend. 357 benzene plants around the world. The biggest cancer treatments, look them up, they only make the top 100. Everybody thinks they're all that here. They have a new advertising campaign. Now get this, what they're trying to do with cancer. In their charter, and they hire the greatest minds in the world to deflect. In their charter is against a lot of research of the causation of cancer, because they are the causation of cancer. Only the cure of cancer. Grotesque liars on Balco. Advertising campaign now trying to call it, saying that cancer is all genetic. So, it came from this pilgrim family in 600. Fucking liars. Fucking liars. Cancer is perfect 100% correlated with nuclear fallout. 100% correlated. Perfectly. Of course, cancers existed. When you're old, it is the dying process. It is the natural. The free radicals set loose and eat the other cells and kill you. That's the dying process. Cancer is a natural way to die when you're 85, 90. With the medicine we have, the average American should be living well to be 100 years old, and they're not. Reversed. American toxic. Yet the American, I need a job. I'm on a job. So I tell people like this, I'm saying, okay, there's this new factory that's coming online that's going to just take, they're going to build an arena, and they're going to take homeless people, and they're going to incarcerate these homeless people for nothing. Just put them in jail, and then they're going to ask you, because we have a business selling body parts on the world's market. Dick Cheney's heart, kidneys, hair extensions. So there's the new business. It's a big business. So what happens is we round up people and put them in jail that really never did anything, because there's a big incentive. The younger the body parts is worth, the average body worth about $250,000 to $300,000 in the transplant market. So we have these vans that can show up. They execute them, shoot them in the head, load them, cut their body parts on the vans, then fly them all over the world and, transplants. I guess we already have that in China. That's a fact. That's an exact fact that goes on. Exact fact. Yet you're going to go on Black Friday and look up the reason it's named Black Friday. It's disgusting. It's fucking... Anybody that walks in a Walmart, the new East India Company, you know what kind of human rights violators fucking Walmart is? Those grotesque, sickening, in violation of antitrust. And it's like people that say, economically, the stock market's going to crash. No, the stock market has nothing to do with the American economy. Absolutely nothing anymore. Oh, it used to. It was a great barometer. The broader index, the S&P 500, the Dow's 30 stocks. By the way, I hear fucking Apple's going to go into the Dow the next day or two. It's going to be announced. That's a rumor. We'll see. Why not? Fucking creeps. Don't jump. It has nothing to do with the American economy. I'll tell you why. Multinationals? Yeah. The way that the American culture and Congress is representative government. Do not kid yourself. What happened with Eric Wilson is very indicative of the country. This is a systemic problem among people because they drank the Kool-Aid, just like they did in 1930s in Italy, just like they did in 1930s in Germany. You don't think the masses and the populace supported that? Huh. Masses and the populace are drinking the Kool-Aid. The devil has crept in their souls. The evangelical leaders are devils. The Mormon leaders are fucking devils. The church leaders are devils. The politicians are devils. The people are devils. They'll go to line up at Walmart. Hair extensions from executed Chinese slaves. Slave-made goods. Arsenic in the toothpaste made in China. Body fucking parts have been found in fucking drywall sheetrock, fucking being hung in your fucking house. And you think about this. Brand new garments, they take fucking hot lights and run over brand new garments from the Bangladesh factories in the Pakistan. Shirtwaist fire, 2.03. You don't even know what shirtwaist fire is. Oh, yeah, I was there, too. Thank you to the people there. And, by the way, Eric Oppenheimer, Tom, so many people. The activists that show in New York City, what a group we have there. Patty, wow. From Pennsylvania, Judy. That's who I give thanks for. What a powerful, amazing group of people. What a powerful group of amazing people. But you don't care. Out of sight, out of mind. American corporations in the American so-called stock market Number one, they don't employ anybody in the United States. Number two, they pay no taxes in the United States. Number three, the owners, their board of directors, their CEOs, they have houses all over the world. A lot of them don't even have residency in the United States. Their shareholders, are they the United States? They're multinationals. They're all over the world. You have through your 401k because you've been had. You've been had. 401ks are a scam. Now, you know, I was writing on Wall Street when I was on Wall Street in the 90s. I wrote over and over and over about how they're going to handle the baby boomer demographic, and Greenspan wrote about it. By the way, Alan Greenspan is the greatest terrorist in American history. Greatest terrorist, bar none. Bar none. They were writing about they only have one option to raise their retirement age. Now, when we were boys in the 70s and young women, they told us that you will retire after 20 years. 1945, 1980, the great progressive movement, strongest middle class in human history. The last 36 years decreasing nominal wage. This has been nothing more than redistribution of wealth to the 1%. Annihilate the craftsman. I mean, I was a plasterer for all these with a hockey trial. Talk to any carpenter, talk to any plasterer, talk to anybody in this trade, bricklayers, whatever. Annihilated. Annihilated. They broke them down. How'd they break them down? There was never no fence. How come all of a sudden we get, out of the blue, we get 60 million so-called illegals from Mexico just fly? I remember in the 90s just walking through the freaking landscape. It was bizarre. What the fuck? How come that didn't exist before? Because before, as a contractor, if you were paying someone cash, you would go to jail. If I was to pull up with my crew of plasterers, which worked for me for decades, well paid. Some of those guys, I mean, in the 90s, we were making $40, $50 an hour. Think, oh, that's a lot, just like jail. No, it's not. Look what these CEOs and everything make. These are incredible skilled craftsmen. If I was to pull up on somebody's home and say, hey, we're here to start your house and unload a crew of so-called illegals, number one, the homeowner would have freaking went crazy. Why? Because he knows that's unchristian-like one. It's usury. It's slavery. I remember when that was the quintessential freaking sin that everybody talked about in evangelicals, born-agains, in Mormon circles, in any circle, in just so-called atheist circles, all of them. That's what was talked about. It's a sin on so many levels. It's a sin to those people, exploiting them. It's a sin to your community because it guts the tax base. Now think about the tax base in this country. The only thing left, another incentive to keep the interest rate at zero and the mortgage bubble 270 million dwellings in this country when there's 6 vacant dwellings for every homeless person. The math cannot consist. 85 million baby boomers, and so they just try to open the borders and say, oh, well, the Mexicans will fill the void. No, they won't, because you're not going to be able to buy a house on $20 a day paid in cash by a hair-sprayed hamburger eating punk with no skills, no craft. They broke down apprenticeship. They broke it down. So what's now? The hotel owners, the casino owners, the restaurant owners, the homeowners. I mean, you got shit. You got junk because they broke down apprenticeship. They broke down skill. They broke down craft. Redistribution. So instead of a skilled craftsman who spent years in these trades, not just in the skill of the trade, the skill of the art of the business, in managing his men, treating his man word and his women properly, being an intricate part of the community. The tax base, the social circles, when something's wrong, they band together, all backdoor, because the American populace likes it that way. They destroyed them. Now you have car salesmen, professional usury. So they dress up. That's what the hairspray on Fox News is all about. By the way, the Fox News war heroes and all the Republican war heroes and the Democrats are just as bad. They're phony fake fucks. Any of them ever bleed? Ever of them won a war? Oh, hell no. None of them. Both sides now. Democrats used to freak. Remember what's his name in Georgia? You know, his arm was blown off, his legs blown off. Oh, yeah, he loses your hairspray. So now it's these professional exploiters. They're all car salesmen. By the way, the worst people in the world, you know, they can be broke down in Matrix, is still a car salesman. Why? Because you lie for a living all fucking day. Live that way. Live that way. All the people that are doing these things, live that way. No conscience? Oh, they got a conscience. They just get in their packs and their groups and they act like they have no conscience. Oh, why do you think they're popping so many pills? Oh, yeah. Why do you think of their rhetoric is so over the top and outrageous? It's overcompensation because they can't sleep at night. Their conscience is eating them alive because they know they will be sucked into a black hole for time and eternity. So you got car salesmen with no skills, whatever, professional exploiters. And you don't think they know they're being exploited? Number one, they're not skilled craftsmen. Some of them are, but the vast majority is just by numbers. So you got fake stucco. I love these rock masons that are putting on this fake sticker. That's not a rock mason. I was a rock mason for years. I got swoons all over my body. Full of fucking holes all over my body from smacking those fucking granite, beautiful Weber fucking river granite that's all over my house that I slayed so much of it. I got scars every inch of my fucking body from my fucking 20-pound fucking rock-splitting handle. What's her name in the pit in the mouth of Weber Canyon? She says, Kevin did last of the Mohicans. You know, you're the only youngest one that still does that. You know, they have to have it split by themselves. Now, they have to have it laid out, whatever. She's, you know, you're the only one even still split your own. Not now. I got cancer, full of leukemia. You know, wow. Last of the Mohicans. You know, I tell everybody, I'm like an ivory-billed woodpecker or a coelacanth. They thought we were extinct. A man with a constitution, a man with dignity, a man with honor, a man that doesn't go for the contemporary fucking masses fucking idealistic fucking bullshit. Stands on principle, stands on dignity, stands on fucking honor, stands on what is right and wrong. Not I go get a gun and worship the golden fucking calf. Fucking wrong. To kill another human being is wrong. That is the ultimate fucking sin. The greatest fucking sin under any circumstances. Judge, jury, executioner is the greatest fucking sin of all. To take that life, to say that you are afraid, bullshit. It is the greatest fucking sin. There is no greater sin. No greater. Second, usury. No greater. To exploit. We had this out last night. I'm like, really? Not all. To loan money for profit, let alone buy here, pay here. Now, in Utah, the sitting attorney general, top cop, and the past attorney general, both been arrested by the FBI, charged with multiple felony counts, big felonies. Mike Lee's frickin' implicated. Dirty Herbie, the governor, is implicated in this. All stands for buy here, pay here. The average buy here, pay here loan in Utah is 641%. And these are so-called Christians. Black is white, up is down, green is red, yellow is blue. And look at them all. What do you think the hairspray and the makeup on Fox News is all about? They're fucking overcompetent, totally fucking actors. I mean, fraud from hell. I mean, all the way down. You do know Ann Calder's a man. For real. For real. For real. Ann Calder's a guy. For real. You know, I have friends that in Florida, through this community that, you know, the whole transvestite community, the whole fuck whatever community that, fuck, they know the guy. They'll tell you his real fucking name, all the name. It's a man. I mean, so the whole thing is just, you know, it's like, oh, that Sheriff Palmer is good luck. Whoa, really? It's a fraud. It's all a fraud. The House of Windsor. The Queen would like to thank you, all the way down to uranium mines. Now, the yellow black, we don't care. I mean, we really don't care. We don't want the masses. And I'll tell you why we do not want them. And to be contemporized right now would be as an artist, as, I don't care what you call it, blogger, YouTube freaking ranter, whatever you call yourself. To be contemporized right now is to be a gigantic failure. A gigantic failure. The masses are so fucking led amok and on. It happened before. To a certain extent, it happened before. The antebellum South in the United States. Think about John Brown. Think about him. Most wanted man in America. Now he's celebrated in freaking history books. Which he was one of the purest, greatest fucking men in American history. An abolitionist. He says, oh no, you're not pulling this stunt here. Harriet Beecher Stowe. You talk to anybody, I mean, they all called themselves Christians, wore their wigs, powder makeup on their faces, men and women, dressed up in their fucking garb, you know, hairspray, the new wigs. Can you imagine your grandpa You know, all of you listen to this. Can you imagine him spending an hour and a half, 2 hours in front of the mirror putting on his fucking, doing his hair and his makeup like all these fuckers, and that's your community? Really? Think about your grandpa. Think about your dad. Can you imagine? Can you imagine? Oh, my God. It's like they put on these purple fucking pretty pink shorts and go play golf, and they can't even play golf. It's like skiers who can't ski, surfers who can't surf, golfers who can't golf. It's like these punks that I know. They dress up and they think they jet set around all the way from L.A. and they're playing golf. I ain't played, this is recently. I ain't played golf in 20 fucking years. I was an amazing athlete when I was young, by the way. I says, and you guys play golf every day. That's all you do, whatever. I says, I'll bet you right fucking now. I'll bet you $1,000 I can beat every fucking one of you, and I haven't played golf in 20 fucking years. Fuck you, we'll give you 5-1. Okay, you got it. We gonna play? I beat every single fucking one of them by multiple strokes. Just because I don't play golf doesn't mean I can't play golf. Fuck golf. Cow pasture pool. Fuck that fucking... I mean, I'm not going to dress up in some pink fucking thing and go around and fucking tromp on the fucking landscapes and fucking drink fucking beer at the new bar because you can't fucking... You're going to get a DUI late at night, so they turn the fucking golf course into bars. I'm not going to fucking pretend. I don't fucking believe in facades. What you see is what you get. That's the way everybody should be. And if you haven't noticed, my genre as an artist is huge from the very early days. I went the opposite. When I have the anonymous mask on the back of my head, it's very metaphorical and for a reason. I love anonymous. But I am, by definition, the opposite of anonymous. I don't even know what the word, I call it post-ignorance. I give my name, my address, my face, because the bottom line is, you think you're hiding, no one's hiding. Like I said, they think they're watching fucking us. We're watching them. The NSA are people. This still comes down to decisions, mostly among men. Some women, but mostly among fucking men. The evil Freudian fucks that they've fucking involved themselves into. They're sick. They're sick. These are still choices among men. NSA, CIA, the patron. I mean, you think about Marie Antoinette, let them eat yellow cake. How old was his mom when she died? She was born and raised in Kansas. Downwinder? Oh, yeah. Mike Lee's father. How old was he when he died? They disgrace. They don't care. They don't care. These are self-indulgent, narcissistic pieces of dogs. I've been accused. I'm like, really? I am the opposite of that. Always have been the opposite. Though my mind is not for rent to any government, don't put me down as arrogant. No changes are permanent. Boy, have we learned that the hard way. Where will this end? It'll end when the baby boomers are all dead, which will happen quicker than you think. The greatest ecological catastrophe in human history. The greatest technology age in human history, yet no information out of Japan. I mean, you think about the colony of Japan, the United States. The only thing Marie Antoinette ever said that he wasn't lying. These treaties were signed long before I was born. Japan's part of the United States, the military complex. And everybody, we're going to set you free and be freedom. We're going to turn you into this capitalist society, which isn't even capitalist. America is so abstract from capitalism. Capitalism, socialism, fucking all of it. Communism. Post-ignorance has no isms. People don't even understand these concepts. They can't wrap their mind around a free market fairy tales, whatever. They don't get it. They will never get it. The jet stream is we the people. Not I, the people. Fukushima is the greatest equalizer in human history. Jamie Dimon is dying right now. Steve Chinese jobs. I think it's so metaphorical. Everybody says, what's with the Apple, Kevin? I've been buying Apple stock since it was $7. Plating the derivative on it, because I will not participate. I'll buy the option on it. Out of the money, in the money, because it pulls the stockholder out. I will not participate in those scumbags. I have an iPad, by the way, that a person sent me. Bought for me. I never bought it. I won't set foot in a Walmart with a fucking gun to my fucking head. I'll go in the parking lot and fucking protest. I don't participate in this shit. Because they're all the same issues. If you're a human rights activist, it's like I tell human rights activists and people that take on all these issues. If you're not anti-nuclear and you don't understand fucking nuclear, you don't understand Fukushima, you don't understand Chernobyl, you don't understand the greatest cover-up in human history, you know nothing. You know nothing. Megan Rice understood this. Martin Luther King understood this. John Kennedy understood this. Rachel Carson understood this. So many. What we forgot? We forgot what a downwinder is? Well, I got news for you. Plutonium did not forget. 24,000 years, 500. ravishing. Utah, 1 in 32 boys. 1 in 32 boys. Autism. They will spend billions trying to identify where it comes from, what it is. The emperor has no fucking clothes. It's the most obvious thing in the world. The most obvious thing in the world. Very simple. Nuclear fallout, environmental poisoning. It's autism. Yet the first autism charter school, because they try to privatize these so-called, they say they're Christians when they're devils. And we're going to turn our fucking, what is the word for a Christian school? You know, the Crusaders. You know, they go off about the Muslim faith and they're, you know, what do they call them? Or the Jewish ones. I mean, whoa, look what they try to do here. They try to do it in our school systems. It's outrageous. The inception of this country was for these very reasons. Separation of church and state was very important. The First Amendment was very important. You know, the First Amendment through the 10th Amendment all happened in one swipe. It's called the Bill of Rights. It's called the Bill of Rights. The Constitution, we are a republic with a Constitution. Without a Constitution, we have nothing. Without the fourth pillar, we have nothing. Well, we still have the fourth pillar, but people like myself and these other groups, we are the media now. Anonymous? Oh, yeah, they're the media now. Hell yes. NBC, CBS, they're not media. They're propaganda. They're Grubel. They're fucking the mouthpiece of the fascism. When I go off on them, I'm not kidding. Now remember this, Sanjay Gupta, which is a terrorist. Now remember about him, and everybody wonders why I go off so hardcore on him. He was in Japan, Anderson Cooper, for days after a report on CNN. The wind's blowing out. As soon as the wind starts blowing in, they're playing their game. You can see the panic. They back to Tokyo and fly right back to New York. Sanjay Gupta, MD, March 26, 2011. Look it up. I'm watching it early in the morning, trying to get any information I can on Fukushima. I'm reporting it because I have ties close inside Fukushima. He comes on, has a doctor from there. Radiation's good from you. My friend died of leukemia, but it's good for you, Mama. Oh my God, no. He's one of them. I'm like, oh no. This was a man nominated to be the Surgeon General. And he puts up an artist named Donald Weber from Michigan. I was laying in my bed in '86, and when Chernobyl happened, I really thought 3 eyeballs, arms, fame. I mean, this is the shit they play. This is their playbook. Ken Buzel plays out of the Kane playbook. All of them, you know. So I went over there. I've been over there dozens of times. It's all better. It's good. It's been cleaned up. I'm like, oh my God, no. By the way, Chernobyl will never be cleaned up. It's a catastrophe. Its lifespan from 72 years old to 52 years old. It's catastrophic. It's a mass murder from hell. Will always be a mass murder from hell. It's like Fukushima will be. Just like Bueller says, oh, the billions of trillions are going to cost to clean it up. You lying fucker. There is no cleaning it up. It will never be cleaned up. It cannot be cleaned up. Be very clear in your fucking minds. Nuclear meltdowns cannot be cleaned up, period. Nuclear fallout cannot be cleaned up. Nuclear waste cannot be cleaned up. The genie out of the bottle, the genie is out of the bottle for time and all of eternity. I hear the voices of my great-granddaughters. They will fucking hate. Low levels of radiation are good for you. No, they're fucking not. It's a fucking lie. It's a fucking lie. Fucking ignorant fucks. You're willing to take your dogma right down the drain with you. Judge, jury, executioner to yourself. It's called dogma. No dogma for me. No dogma burgers. No dogma snuggies. I never fucking been in a dogma snuggie in my life. I got this from an early day. I've watched this evolution and this erosion of a society, of a people. I've watched the fascism. I've watched the self-indulged baby boomers who never grew up. Little children. Skiers who can't ski. Surfers who can't surf. And I can prove it. I spent so much time in California. I've walked holes in shoes. I've been up and down that coast post-Fukushima so many times. All over it. I walk and I walk. Then I walk some more. Everybody's picked me up, and everybody's been all over, up and down California. They know. They know. They know how I go. Ask Patrick down there in Las Vegas. Ask him. You know, we have a hard day on the beach, at Ocean Beach. You know, we're trying to do our poetry. We're trying to do whatever, and you know, whatever, pot of wells. It was, I mean, we had a bonfire there on the night on the beach. It was awesome. It was really great. Really great group from Oakland. We had a great group there. It was awesome. Really powerful group of people there. There's a lot of people who show up. They're not about to go on camera. Radioactive Robert, all these people. I mean, they're incredible. Salt of the earth. A lot of them. So we stay out late. You know, it's a hard, long day. We're tired. He's been driving. I mean, we're beat down. This is a tough gig. Phone rings, and I know how it rolls. It's 5 o'clock in the fucking morning. Fuck, we've been to bed for 3 fucking hours. I've got cancer. I've got to have rest. He's, you know, he's wore down. I'm like, you want to go to Point Rez? This is a guy who fucking lives on the fucking water, and I mean, these salt of the earth people. I know you have to go. These are your personal tour guides that are so connected with the environment. They will show you places you will never see ever in your life. These people live there their whole life. They fucking camp on the beaches. They fucking know where every group of animals live. They know it. They're in symphony and orchestra with their environment. I'm like, I get up, grab coffee, I'm like, Patrick, I'm gone. Are you coming? Well, I said, no. I said, well, you don't have to, but, you know, this is going to be a tough day, you know, so, you know, if you go, we'll grab some juice, grab some food, whatever, but this is going to be hard. You know, because I know what it is. There's a lot of hiking on it, so we go. You know, we're out on Point Rez, which, by the way, oh, my God, what a spectacular place. You know, my videos aren't that great from there. I have some other ones that I'll put up. Whole pot of humpbacks just going along with this. You know, of course, the baby leopard seal. So much. Oh, we hiked and hiked, and we hiked some more. We went into freaking beautiful. You know, by that night. And by the way, don't ever drive to San Francisco. Don't ever drive to San Francisco. It's $40 a night to park your car. It's a little teeny place. There's no place to park. You know, forget about it. You know, learn to use public transportation. Take the bus. Planes, trains, and automobiles. Forget the automobiles. It's like in Southern California, I land for the coaster. It runs up and down that coast so beautifully. And you'll look out on the 5, and it's backed up so far. There you're going on that beautiful fucking coaster. Up and down the coast. Flies so fast. Right smack dab through the middle of Oceanside, all of them. You know, Escondido, all of them. Right through the center. Drop you off wherever you got to be. Walk right to your room, walk right to wherever. Why in the fuck would you want a car? I mean, why? I don't understand this. So, you know, poor Patrick, I think we almost killed Patrick. You know, he's another great activist. Thank you to him. Thank you to Linda Fowler up there in Idaho. By the way, anybody wants to go out to City of Rocks, I will show you some place that will blow the Grand Canyon away. It's not far behind my house. The City of Rocks on the Utah-Idaho border. It's you want to talk godlike? You want to take it's? I think it's got to be the most spectacular landscape on the face of the earth. Nobody even knows it's really there. Wow. I can show you places out behind my house. From behind my house, I live on the edge of the lake, all the way to California. All the way. They're secret. There's nobody there. Nobody. Lots of government installations, lots of nuclear, the magnesium burn plant out there, the filthiest, disgusting one in the world. I showed you a video there. I'm going to the Energy Solutions dump site tomorrow. I'm going to the secret Moxie fuel plant, you know, early in the morning. You know, I know them all. I know every nook and cranny. Why? Because I grew up on this huge ranch out there, and that was my salvation, the landscape. Go for days. Still do it. You know, secret roads, different places. You know, what's that old great line? Out in the desert. If it takes you less than 3 times to find something, it's not worth finding. So true. But it's taken me a lifetime to find them, hundreds of times. But I know where they're all at. All of them. All the way from behind my house to the ocean. All the way. The City of Rocks, oh my God. Oh yeah, I was out there this year too. So many places, so many travels, documenting this history, this genre, the YouTube camera, which has been so grotesquely used, so horribly used, the greatest, most powerful genre. Can you imagine Michelangelo, Jackson Pollock, Andy Warhol with a YouTube camera? How about Picasso with a YouTube camera? Oof. Well, by the way, I was talking to Eric Oppenheimer, which is Dennis Oppenheimer's son. Oh, he's great, by the way. We did a lot of powerful work, he and I together. I went over the physical graffiti building, and I showed him that. A lot of people didn't even realize that. You know, we walked in front of that. That isn't such a... Google in physical graffiti on Balco. Right after the shirtwaist fire, we walked over there. That's the building. That's that incredible building. What an amazing piece of art. So metaphorical in some ways. The bar right behind is just waiting on a friend. Why I did that? Yeah, Jagger. Yeah, Jagger's so-called girlfriend. Jagger's so-called girlfriend. Darn Scott, no. Out here on the edge of the lake, she grew up with me. She's one of me. She was one of us in the middle of nowhere. Her and I are very close. What an amazing light. She had just took her own life. Kind of like Aaron Swartz. I know why she took her own life. I know why, and I can really dive into it. She was not about to be a Black Friday Walmart, Target, fucking designer whore. Not about to. Her art, such an early day. Her and I are very close friends out on the edge of this lake. Amazing fucking young woman. Amazing. That's why I did that there. Physical graffiti. We come and go. And as I say in that video, physical graffiti, that's what that piece of art is. It's brilliant. It's brilliant. It's genius. That album cover is absolutely genius. Oh, a protege of Warhol did that. Peter. Wow. Populism is dead. It died 3/11/11. You don't see that it's dead? That's all right. You didn't see the Antebellum South, John Brown. You didn't see Vincent van Gogh, his philosophies, his art, his style. Michelangelo lived in fear the last 4 years of his life. Hardcore fear. His poetry, artist communications, YouTube videos are art. I love them. Some bad, some good, some shitty, some great. It is the new art genre. It is literature. It is the poetry. It is the visual blues. It has it all. It has it all. It is an own genre in its own right. Eric said that Dennis Oppenheimer, his father, that brilliant artist that he was. That's his son. He showed up. I didn't know he was his son when we did that. When we do that physical graffiti and Eric walks by and looks, I don't even know that's Dennis's son. Don't even know. Just showed up. I'll tell you this incredible story. He says his father experimented with film a lot. The brilliant artist that he was. 2010, I'm trying to start my post-ignorance gig to lead up social movement. I'm at NYU all winter long. At Washington Square when anything happens. Holding my post-ignorance sign, met a lot of the early people that ended up being what they call Occupy, which was not called Occupy in this days. We were a group of ragtag, small activists getting together there. I went to the show at the MoMA on Jackson Pollock's Abstract Impressionist on their real first studio. A PhD had done it in NYU, broke it down and said, hey, this is the truth. Their real studio on freaking 8th Street right over by NYU. Go find it. So I go find it. I just throw up a little video. I think it gets like 10 views. Nobody gives a fuck. Standing in front of it. This is where it was right there. Don't even think much about it. You know, I'm leading up for the 100th anniversary of the shirtwaist fire. Post-ignorance on my social media, which is going to happen March 25th, 2011. Boom! 2 weeks earlier, Fukushima. Everybody that's involved with me, Kevin, you got Fukushima mad. You got Fukushima nuts. What about our movement? We're going to try to head down towards Wall Street. You've got Fukushima nuts. That's all you talk about. I said, yeah, it's the top of the heap. It trumps it all. It trumps all usury. It trumps all social inequalities. It trumps everything. It is the greatest human rights violation in the history of mankind. When we went to the shirtwaist fire, we went to eat. And I randomly just followed. Eric, Tom, we ended up in the same building that Pollock's recognized eating. You cannot make that shit up. Before the angels, they watch out over me. I will record in history. I will record in history the giant few. Good luck on your protest tomorrow. Just one person. Get your videos up so the world.
All hands on deck, all hands on deck, all hands on deck. All nuclear fighters, all hands on deck, all hands on deck, all hands on deck. They'll be calling you a radical. Twin Gate, 311, whatever you want to call it. I call it Pacific